Campfacer.
Hey campers, Campfacer here. Today, I'm going to talk about a video game idea. I brought this up a few weeks ago, but I've been thinking about this idea for a year now. I started thinking about it about a year ago, and I mentioned it on my YouTube channel about 2 weeks ago. And yesterday, I saw on Twitter, Wes from Gun Media mentioned that him and Ronnie were talking about this idea about a year ago, or something like that. He mentioned that on Twitter, and I thought it was like a coincidence. It was pretty awesome, because who better to make a game than Gun Media, like a asymmetrical multiplayer horror, or if you want to call Tremors really a horror movie. It would be a fantastic idea, something a little bit different, you know what I mean? So that being said, I kind of want to throw out my general idea. I don't know how it would all play out, but we're going to get into my idea. But there's going to be roadblocks, because I'm not a game developer, and I know the basics of like how would it work, how it's not going to work. I'm going to show you guys a little bit, and then you guys can talk to me about it after this video in the comments down below. But let's get into it real quick. I'm going to go nature style in the dirt where the Graboids live. Okay, so here's my drawing stick, and here's the dirt, and here's my dog. Camper, come on. Hey, buddy. Hey. All right, you got to go over there. You can't be a Graboid. You got to go over there, buddy. Okay. So here's your. This is gonna be like the map right here. This is gonna be like the sandbox. Now, this is as if, so this is only if the game's gonna be done like Friday the 13th, the game style. We're not doing Dead by Daylight. That game can go drown itself in the ocean for all I care right now. This is related to Gun Media's idea. I don't know their ideas, but this is related to the way they kind of made Friday the 13th. But this is my idea. So here's the map. Now, if you guys seen the original film, this is what my idea is kind of based off the original film. Maybe throwing some aspects from the later films into the game as well. But here's the map. And the mountains are all around the circle perimeter where you cannot escape, because there's the mountains. There's only like one road in, one road out. Here's a bunch of rock piles throughout the sandbox. Here's the town with all like the stores located in the town, and there's different houses throughout there, little shacks, an outhouse, the water tower, different little things. And that playing area right there alone is pretty big. So this is a big couple miles between to Bert's house over here. Maybe like the tower that the old man climbed up and died on over here. Maybe that half-built house with the trailer where the wife and the husband died. Maybe over in the middle somewhere there's the farm where all the cows got eaten. Different locations, like different things. Maybe like rock pile to save yourself, stuff like that. Now, sorry. Say the game starts. 15-20 people spawn in at different locations. Every time the game starts, you always start in a different location. Now, people can pick different class, different abilities. You could be a girl, you could be like Bert, you have better weapon skill, or you could be like Kevin Bacon, you're faster, you can run faster. You could be like girls, or the boy, maybe he has like a better skill with like a slingshot or something like that. So obviously when the game starts, you've seen the movie, everybody knows what happens. So if the game starts, everyone's spawning in, they're alerted through a radio that the Graboids are out there. Now the mission is they all gotta escape. Now the only way to escape is either kill the Graboids or escape. But to do that, There's no vehicles. The only thing that you have is a beat up tractor that has a wagon attached to it, like in the movie. But it's broken, so you have to find parts to fix it, to repair it, to get out of there. And obviously you got to tow everybody in the wagon behind it out of there. And it's, of course, a slow moving wagon like in the movie. Now, say the game starts. Everybody spawns at different locations, whether it's Bert's house, an outhouse, or on the tower to climb back down the tower, or like in the little town or the store. So everyone's scattered about. They might have radios, they might not. If you're spawning in as one of the 3 to 5 Graboid worms that are underground, you start outside the map, behind the mountain. Now you have to find your way into that area, and that might take a little bit, giving these players time to do what they need to do, or start doing what they need to do. Now they might have to travel across on foot, or maybe they have a bike or something, but they have to be watching. They have to watch out, because the more noise they make, running, dropping things, or whatever they do, is going to alert the other players, which are the Graboids. Now, if you're a Graboid, my idea was you can't see, because obviously they can't see in the movie. They can only hear and sense vibration or hear noise. So, that being said, maybe if you're a Graboid, all you see is a bunch of rocks hitting the screen. Until somebody makes noise on the ground, say they drop something, or say they're riding a bike, or say they're making a bunch of noise. Then, if you're a Graboid, you hear it, and you see like a ping, and the closer you get, then you can see an infrared, maybe lit up red player, because that way, it didn't happen in the movie, but that way it gives you a little bit of a idea where to attack. Now, my idea was, if you're a Graboid and you come out of the ground, if you're close enough to the player, then you can actually see, okay, for, let's say, 15 seconds. And then after 15 seconds of seeing, your vision goes away for a minute or maybe 2 minutes, okay? So that way you have a sense of like what's around a little bit. You dive back under. If they're close enough and making noise, you can still see the infrared. That way you can find where to attack. But if they stop and you can't see anymore, then they disappear, and then you kind of have to like go up or wait. If they're waiting too long, maybe they have a timer. Maybe they have a timer, like they get hungry. They need to keep moving, because then that way it keeps the players from like standing around too long. Because I thought about it, like, what if the players go on rocks and sit there the entire match? That wouldn't work. So there's got to be ways for this to work and not to work. You know what I mean? Or maybe the game could bring in elements from the other movies. Like, say, I think it is part 2, where they're like, the Graboids are like mice out of the ground, like big rats or something, and they can actually see, but they can't hear. They see infrared, but they can't hear anything. And maybe some people get to spawn as the flying ones later in the films. So maybe there's like 3 Graboid worms, 1 flying player, and 2 rats. So that way they can communicate with each other and say, hey, I'm up here flying, I see some of them down there. So the worms know, okay, well, we got to head kind of in that direction to get them. So that could be one way to play the game, as well as, and the players can actually shoot if they have a gun, limited ammo, or pipe bombs to attract. The worm goes up, you think it's a human, you bite it, and they could blow you up and kill you. That could be a way to do it too, you know what I mean? This game, you guys, could be a lot of fun if done right. The best part about this game is it would be fucking hilarious. It would be funny as hell. I mean, you could even do nighttime, because in the movie there's night scenes, You could play in the dark. Obviously there'd be more daytime maps, like in the film. There could be funny, scary jump scares. Like, I was thinking Gun Media could add prairie dog holes, like you're a player running around or walking, and all of a sudden your foot goes on the ground and it makes a loud noise, like, and you think like, holy crap, it got me. But like in the movie, Bert, I think it was Bert, he stepped, no, not Bert, I can't remember his name. He steps in a prairie dog hole and he screamed, and you thought watching the movie he was getting attacked, but he didn't. He goes, goddamn prairie dog holes.
Damn prairie dog burrow.
That part was hilarious. So this could be a really fun game, you guys. And imagine getting attacked and swallowed by a Graboid, another player. That would be kind of freaky shit. Or you hear or you see the ground moving a little bit and you don't know where he is and you don't know how to get out of that situation, and he keeps coming up and like trying to grab, and he can't see you unless he sees you for a certain amount of time, then it goes away. So this could be a fun game if done right. And I really do hope that Gun Media runs with this game. Not necessarily my idea, but this is just my idea. This has nothing to do with them. It's just an idea that maybe they could use some of the ideas that I'm talking about. But think about the blood too. Think about the blood scattered in the sand. Chunks of meat and blood and spray. You guys could make this brutal, so brutal, bloody, that it would be hilarious. You know what I mean? Even when you're shooting the things, it could have blood spraying up, and you could turn it more horror than the movie actually was. You could make it frightening, horrifying. You guys could even add a hidden killer in the game. Like maybe one of the players turns bad and his mission is to kill and steal money and then try to run, and maybe the killer is also going to get away from the Graboids. So there's three things going on. There's the Graboids trying to kill the players trying to survive and get the hell out of there, and then the killer stealing money and shooting people and watching out for the Graboids. So, and maybe you can get leveled up and ranked and build your character up and get more, you know? There could be so many cool, fun things with this game. Yeah, I think that's about it for my idea on the Tremors game. They could start the game off with Easter eggs and keep it original, like the original film, in the characters, to give the true fans a desire to play and immerse yourself into the film. But then they could add things that aren't in the film to kind of make it work better, make it more fun, make it more playable. So if they did something kind of along these lines, this would be fun, really fun. But it would fit the asymmetrical multiplayer, like Friday the 13th, kind of like Dead by Daylight, but not really. But more Friday the 13th, like repairing would be the most, you know, working as a team, repairing the vehicle, in the killer, which is like the worm, would be like the Friday the 13th thing. But if they did it in a different way, it would be cool. So that's my idea on the Tremors game. Again, I didn't just say this today because I heard Wes talking about it. I thought about it a year ago, but I mentioned it 2 weeks ago in my YouTube video, and then I heard Wes talk about it yesterday. And I just hope he's watching this so he could be like, yeah, you know what? Camp's talking about it. Maybe it is a good idea. Maybe other people would like to see it. Wes and Ronnie, you guys just sit down and think about it. How cool would it be, you know? A Western, like, out in the desert. It'd give us a different, like, vibe of horror. Anyways, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening. If you guys have any ideas with this game, shoot a comment down below. I'd like to read it and maybe go back and forth with you guys. Give this video a big thumbs up. I could use it. And if you have not subscribed, please do. I appreciate it. I have a members button up top too, or in the description down below. Become a member of my channel and get to unlock exclusive members only videos. Until next time, you guys, stay out of the desert.
I always said we could work out. getting harder for me. Or maybe it's something that happened, or something you gotta go through.